So if you clicked on this video, you probably have the same complaints and concerns that most men have about their long hair or their hair growth process. Maybe your confidence is still down. Maybe you feel like crap about just how your overall appearance is shaping out. It's not what you envisioned when you said, I want to grow my hair out long. And maybe you feel like you don't have confidence when you're out in public. And in part one of this video, we talked about 3 different reasons why you might be sitting there saying, my long hair feels ugly. And those 3 mistakes were
not having any idea what your hair type is. They've given themselves the wrong hair type. They don't minimize the awkwardness when they're in the awkward stage.
Now, if you haven't seen part 1 yet, please go watch that video first. This is part 2. It's gonna be a continuation on some of those tips. And we're gonna go over 3 more mistakes you may be making with your hair growth journey that might be making you say,
why is my long hair so ugly?
First thing I'll say is go easy on yourself. Like, ugly is a strong word. Of course, I use it in the title because, hey, it might resonate with some people and they might feel like, hey, that's what I feel like. But for the sake of this video, go easy on yourself. But anyways, let's get into the mistakes. Mistake number 1 is a continuation of our points from part 1, which was getting your hair type wrong. If you misidentify your hair type, for example, you think your hair is fine textured when it's actually coarse or vice versa, or you say, hey, my hair is really straight, but it actually has a little bit of wave to it, a little 2A, 2B action, then you're most likely gonna be using the wrong products. And this could cause your hair to look either dry or dehydrated or unconditioned, or maybe too greasy. It might also cause you to get on the wrong shampoo and condition schedule because you might be saying,
why is my hair getting so greasy? Now I need to wash it again.
When in reality, you're just using the wrong products. And the worst part is you think you're using the right products, right? So you can see the dilemma, why you might feel frustrated after you shampoo and condition. Now, if this sounds familiar and you think you need help identifying your hair type, then you can take my free hair type quiz in the Mannered Mains app. And if you might take that quiz but still have some questions, or you think you need some more one-on-one help, you can upgrade to premium and DM me directly, and you can send me photos, you can send me any questions you have about if your hair type is correct. I'll even recommend products for you. Now that's a really fast solution if you want help right now. Now another reliable way to determine what your hair type is, for sure, is to make an appointment with a professional hair stylist, right? They are trained to identify these things. They identify hair types all day long. They find damage, they touch cuticles. They're physically there, right? And they have a much better gauge because they're physically touching your hair. Now, nothing can beat that. So not only can they help you identify your hair type, to see if you have damage anywhere, make recommendations, they can also recommend the right products for you to use to keep your hair healthy and hydrated. I would definitely say try those 2 solutions and see if you can correct the course and get the right hair type for you. Now, another mistake you might be making is heat damage. This is using heat tools incorrectly. This can cause quite a bit of damage to your hair if you're not doing it right. So most guys, when they have short hair, they blow dry their hair, they don't think about it, they throw in some clay and some paste and they go about their day. Now, as your hair grows, this is not the right solution. Most guys blow dry their hair at a temperature that is too hot for their hair type, and they don't use any heat protectant. Now, this can lead to broken cuticles, this can lead to damaged or porous hair, this can lead to frizz and dryness and feeling like it's not conditioned, and a whole myriad of things. So a really good rule of thumb for heat settings on your blow dryer is about 200 degrees or below. Now, if you have really thick or coarse hair, it might be a higher heat setting, but it's always better to go lower and move up than going too hot and damaging your hair, right? So I personally prefer to use between 120 to 150 degrees when blow drying my fine textured hair, because there's really thin, there's not a whole lot of protection there. I also make sure I'm always adding a heat protectant before I use a blow dryer. This is going to protect the cuticles. This is going to protect your hair from becoming too high porosity, prevent fraying and frizz. My personal favorite heat tool to use is the Leif & Swift hair dryer, which I've talked about before, and I'll keep talking about them. And they keep coming back as a sponsor because I love this product, and that's also why they're sponsoring this video. Not only is their hair dryer super lightweight and ergonomic and easy to use, it also uses uses the negative ion technology, which can help reduce frizz by up to 40%, and it dries your hair super fast and efficiently. When I have soaking wet hair, I can dry my hair on a medium setting, which is around 120 to 150 degrees in about 8 to 9 minutes. So this will save you time if you're in a crunch, you need to get ready for work, you have an event, you're going on a date. It'll just get your hair looking nice faster. And it also has 3 different temperature settings. It has hot, warm, and cool. And then it also has an auto circulation mode built in as a heat protectant. And what this does is it auto circulates between cool, warm, and hot. And what this does is it basically ensures that you're not blowing ultra hot air in one spot for too long. And right now, guys, Lathan is running one of the best deals they've ever run for their Swift blow dryer. It's up to $80 off right now. And if you're on Amazon shopping, then what you're gonna have to do is check that coupon box before adding it to your cart to take advantage of that discount. But this is one of the largest online sales they've ever run. So the link is in the description. You can go pick up the Lathan Swift while it's on sale and while the supplies last. Go check it out because I'm sure it's gonna go fast. Let's move on to mistake number 3, and that is you might be styling your hair in a way that's not flattering for your face shape. So the first thing to do is determine what your face shape is. Is it round? Is it oval? Is it square? Is it heart? Is it diamond, triangle? There's a ton of solutions out there to figuring out your face shape. There's apps you can download. There's, AIs. There's an Instagram filter you can get. You can also go the old school way and actually measure your forehead, cheeks, and chin and then figure out. But that's a lot of work. Who wants to do that? But determining your face shape can help you and your hairstylist decide which style, which cut, which length suits you best so you can bring out the best features for you. And if you want to get real into the science behind it, it's really simply all about symmetry. The more symmetrical and proportionate you make your face, the more attractive it looks, right?
See that? The obvious symmetry of the face. This is a natural appeal of the scientific standard of coinophilia, features that are a composite average of many features. Yes, she's attractive, but she's not hot.
If you have a really large forehead, for example, and you wear a really super high top knot, you're adding a lot of height up here, and that can make your face look a little bit unproportional. So instead, if you were to wear your hair down, now you're reducing that visual height, you're adding balance to your face. On the flip side, if you have more of a round baby face, you can elongate your face by having longer hair, and you can work to create more proportionality, giving your baby face a more pronounced look. If you want to dive deeper into this whole science of face shapes, I have a whole video on it where I go into the science of attractiveness, right? But it's really important to keep in mind that yes, there is a science of attractiveness that talks about symmetry and lines and blah, 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 right? But always remember that beauty, attractiveness, this is subjective, and you don't want to get too caught up on this. But I know that a lot of people do care about this, and it can affect how you feel about yourself. But at the end of the day, if you like a certain hairstyle, just rock it, right? Confidence is the most attractive cut that you can wear, which brings us to a bonus point, which is sort of to build on the face shape one, is to redefine your perception of what ugly means, right? Something could be uncomfortable because you never tried it before. It doesn't necessarily mean it's ugly, right? We tend to only hear the negative of what people say, when reality is there's a million people who say positive things, and then there's one person that says a negative thing, and we're like, that negative thing, it's so true. It's not, right? We see all these trendy haircuts right now. The modern mullet is making a comeback. The Leo is making a comeback from the 90s. Maybe these trends don't flatter your face shape or work with your hair type, but you want to try it. Try it. Just see how it looks, see how it feels. The point is to find a style that gives you confidence, because at the end of the day, it's about whether or not you feel good, because confidence is contagious and people will respond to your vibe, they'll respond to how you make them feel. So own it and don't compare yourself to others, right? Add in all the cliche quotes about confidence. Ignore the haters, do you, right? Put in whatever quote you want. At the end of the day, as long as you're confident, that's all that matters. I'll see you guys in the next one. I hope you have a great, wonderful, confident day. Peace.